It was an ordinary morning, the kind of day where nothing seemed out of the ordinary. The sun was just beginning to peek over the horizon, casting long shadows across the school grounds. Parents lined up in their minivans, kids excitedly hopping out of the cars, their backpacks bouncing on their backs, ready for another day of school. And then, there was Tango. I remember the moment clearly. I was standing at the front gate of Brookside Elementary, like I had every morning for the past week. My partner, Tango, a Belgian Malinois with a tan and black coat, was sitting by my side, alert but calm, ready to do his job. It was supposed to be just another routine school drop-off, nothing special, just a peaceful, quiet start to the day. But Tango wasn't Hawaii-ing it. I could tell something was off the moment he stiffened. His ears snapped forward, his posture shifting from relaxed to completely alert in the blink of an eye. This wasn't just the usual schoolyard noise he'd learned to tune out. No, this was different. His eyes were locked on something or someone, and that's when I saw her. A little girl, no older than 7, was walking through the front gate with a pink, glittery backpack swinging from her shoulders. She had blonde hair tied up with a little butterfly headband, and her face was lit up with the carefree joy of a child excited for recess and chocolate milk. But Tango wasn't looking at her. He was focused on the backpack, her backpack. It wasn't like he'd never seen a child before. But there was something about this one, and the way she was carrying that backpack, that got his attention. Something in his instincts told him this was no ordinary school day, and I wasn't about to dismiss that feeling. I've been with Tango for 3 years, and in all that time, I've learned to trust him completely. He's precise sometimes to a fault. He's not your typical dog. He's not just trained to sniff out drugs or explosive. She analyzes situations, reads the room, if you will. He's been through 3 handlers before me. They couldn't handle his intensity, but I knew how to work with him. And when he got fixated on something, I listened. As the girl walked toward the entrance, Tango didn't just stare. He started to growl low, almost inaudible, but it was there. I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck stand up. I gave him a gentle command to stay calm, but his attention never wavered from that backpack. At first, I thought it was just his usual sniffing routine. Kids drop all kinds of weird things into their back, chef-eaten fruit, crayons, the occasional forgotten sandwich. But no, Tango was still fixated on the girl, and something deep inside me started to get uneasy. I watched as she walked towards the school entrance. She waved to a teacher, smiled at a crossing guard. Nothing about her seemed out of place. But then, Tango's growl turned into a sharp bark. A single, piercing bark that cut through the morning chatter like a blade. Heads turned. The kids froze. And the little girl looked back, clearly startled, her confusion written all over her face. "Did I do something wrong?" she asked in a small, almost frightened voice. I knelt down to her level, keeping my tone calm, my voice warm, as I tried to assess the situation. "No, sweetheart, you haven't done anything wrong. My partner just wants to check something." She looked at me, wide-eyed. "What's wrong with my backpack? Can you tell me about it?" I asked, trying to keep things light. Her face brightened up a little. "It's new. I got it yesterday from my uncle Dwyd. He said it was a surprise, but I'm not supposed to open it until later." That's when my stomach dropped. "Who's your uncle, sweetheart? Have you met him before?" I asked, keeping my voice steady despite the growing tension in my chest. She shrugged, oblivious to the situation unraveling around her. "I've never met him before. He came by yesterday while I was drawing with chalk on the sidewalk. He said he was my daddy's brother, but I don't remember him. He said I shouldn't tell anyone about the surprise. He said grown-ups wouldn't understand, and I'm not supposed to open it until I get home." That's when the red flag shot up. The secrecy, the urgency, the fact that this uncle had never met her before, it didn't sit right. Then, she casually mentioned something else. "Oh, and it ticks. Like a clock. But softer. I heard it when I was carrying it this morning. It's been quiet for a while, though." I didn't need to hear anything more. My gut was screaming at me. I knew exactly what I was dealing with. I stood up, my mind racing through the steps. I called over Officer Martinez, who had come out to see what was going on. "Take Lena inside," I said, my voice low. "Make it casual. Tell her you need her help with something. I need to make some calls." Martinez nodded, his eyes sharp. He led Lena away from the scene, talking to her in that calm, comforting voice that kids respond to. I didn't even look back at her as I pulled out my radio and quickly called in the backup. "Unit 47 to dispatch. I need immediate backup at Brookside Elementary. Possible explosive DVYC. Requesting bomb squad and incident commander. Silent approach. No sirens." I could feel the weight of it all crashing down on me. Every instinct I had as a cop, every piece of training I had ever received, told me I had to act fast. If this was what I thought it was, if that backpack contained what I feared, then we had hundreds of innocent lives in the line of fire. The bomb squad was already en route, and I knew the next steps. I needed to secure the area, get Lena out of harm's way, and pray that we could stop whatever was inside that bag before it was too late. By the time the bomb squad arrived, the tension in the office was thick. Every minute that passed felt like an eternity. I stood by, watching Tango, still focused on the backpack, his eyes locked in on it like a hawk. The bomb squad carefully x-rayed the backpack, and then the room went dead silent. Military-grade explosives. Pressure trigger. Timer mechanism. I barely heard the technician's words. My mind was already running through the scenarios. How long until lunch? How many kids would be in the cafeteria? How many people would be caught in the blast? I didn't have time to think about that. I had to think about the present. About Lena. About stopping this madness. But just as we thought we were in the clear, Tango did something that sent chills down my spine. He pulled me outside again, his body tense, alert. He'd caught something else. A cigarette butt. Scuff marks. And then, in the bushes near the VY Cider parking lot, I found more. EVY Denke that someone had been watching the school, studying the routines. Someone had been planning this for days. It didn't take long for us to track the man down. He was standing by a maintenance van, trying to look inconspicuous. But Tango knew. As we approached, the man bolted, dropping his toolbox and sprinting toward the playground. Tango took off after him without hesitation, cutting him off in seconds. The man tried to grab something from his jacket, but Tango was already on top of him, pinning him to the ground with an authority only a K-9 could command. "Police! Stop running!" I shouted, but the man kept going. Tango held him down until we had him cuffed. I noticed something hanging from his belted detonator. The man's jacket fell open, and I saw the unmistakable shape of a dead man's switch. If he had gotten away, if he had triggered that DVYC, there would have been more bombs. More lives at risk. But thanks to Tango, we stopped him. We stopped them all. The bomb squad found 2 more DVYCES in the maintenance van, each designed to cause maximum casualties during an evacuation. It wasn't just one bomb, it was a whole coordinated attack, meant to kill, to maim, to destroy. Marcus Wheeler, the man we had just arrested, wasn't just some random terrorist. He was an expert, a planner. He had used a child, a little girl, to deliver his deadly gift. I'll never forget the look on Lena's face, the innocence in her eyes as she walked away from the scene, completely unaware of how close she had come to being used as a weapon of mass murder. But that's the thing. She'll never know. And that's how it should be. Kids shouldn't have to worry about things like this. They should be able to trust adults, trust the world around them. And that's why Tango and I are here. To make sure that trust doesn't get betrayed. But as we walked away from Brookside Elementary, I couldn't shake the feeling that this wasn't over. Not yet. Tango knew it, too. We weren't done. Not by a long shot. What would you do if someone approached your child with a secret gift like this? Do you think Tango can sense EVYL? Or is he just responding to the physical EVY Denke? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let's start a conversation.